Hello, my little creatures.
This is Namrata,
And I'm Nick.
and welcome back to Unsolved, where we take the strangest mysteries and ask, what if? And if you haven't listened to our previous episodes, we would request you to go and listen to them. But most importantly,
Only if you want to, though.
you should listen to our previous episode because that kind of anchors this episode.
Kinda.
Like, quite actually.
Does anything actually anchor our episode?
Yeah, anyway, but still, at least there's a outline of why we are here blabbering shit. So, last episode, like I said, we talked about. Actually, I didn't say. Last episode, we talked about the missing cosmonauts and whether the USSR just casually yeeted some astronauts into space and then kind of scrubbed them off from history. So, that is why it's important to know last episode for you to see this episode.
Last episode was a little dark. Definitely. A little mysterious. Very Cold War-y.
Creepy.
But today.
Oh, you said today. I heard Badre. And I was
Oh
like,
my
what
god.
do you say?
So dumb. We're going full on chaos mode. Chaos mode.
Course.
Because we're taking this idea to guess what? You guessed it, the extreme. I mean, if you didn't guess it, whatever, but you did guess it. Good
It's
job.
okay. You can live a lie. It's fine. A lot of people do.
Like the USSR.
It's sad. Okay, that's
does
right.
Does anyone want to hear a dog bark slightly, but not really,
Just
and
let
just
her be.
sniff?
I don't know what this is going. Okay, anyway. So no history, no boring government cover-ups, right? Just pure unfiltered speculation. Okay, can you stop?
I hope that
And
guy came on like the mic.
and buckle up because we're asking, what if astronauts just never made it back? What if some are still out there, just floating in the abscess, unable to return?
In the absence,
Abscess. Abscess? Oh, it's not abscess, but there is another word, abscess.
like a really like deep black kind of void kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Abyss,
Mm-hmm.
abscess.
But abscess is another word.
Abscess, I don't think so.
I think we already. I'm getting deja vu. Move on.
I was gonna sing a song, but then I
I
was
knew
like,
you would.
but I'm buckled up. Are you buckled up? This feels like a very Dora thing, doesn't it?
Do you see this? Do you see?
Do you see the purple pancake?
Do you see the black cat?
Do you?
Where?
Do you?
Is it
Oh my
behind
god,
me?
yeah, I see it.
Do you see? Oh my god, that's what she's been looking at.
Oh my god, our
She's
dog
looking
has
at
been
the
like doing
black
this.
cat. Have to stop. You're literally pushing her face away. She's not interested.
That's what she's been looking at. Anyways, what were you talking about?
I don't know.
Abyss?
No, you were just saying. I really.
Oh,
wanted
I'm
to-
buckled up. Are you buckled up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're talking about how it's like Dora.
Yeah, are you buckled up?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, good. What were we talking about before that? What is this episode about?
You know what it's about.
Yes, a space horror nightmare.
Thank you.
Where we throw caution to the solar winds and ask real questions. Like, is there some poor soul drifting out there right now? Could an astronaut be alive stuck in a spaceship with no fuel, just screaming into the absence? The void?
Or
The
could
abyss?
they have ended up in a whole different dimension?
A hotel?
A secret alien prison?
A hotel?
Could they be immortal now because space time works weirdly out there?
A hotel?
Or are they just stuck in an eternal loop of floating sadness?
A hotel? So, this is the episode where we finally accept that space is out here trying to kill us in the worst possible ways. And, fun fact for everyone, including you, getting lost in space is not just a cool sci-fi movie plot. It can happen. And it might have already happened.
Exactly. So today we're diving headfirst into every ridiculous, terrifying, literally frying your brain, but terrifying and brain melting scenarios of what happens when you get lost in the infinite void and nobody is coming to get you.
Is it infinite or infinite?
That's whatever you want it to be.
Okay. And to really get into it, we'll be asking things like, what if an astronaut just straight up phased out of reality? And like, what if they like became part of a new cosmic civilization? If there's like a graveyard of just lost spaceships just drifting out there, like people of like history people who people just forgot about.
And the biggest question of all is, if you're lost in space forever, do you even die?
Do
Or do
you?
you just keep existing?
Do you think you die?
Because, my dude, time gets weird when there's no gravity, no air, and no human laws of physics telling you how to live your life.
Oh, I see. That's why I don't completely trust space, right? Because the moment you leave Earth, you're just one broken tether away from like starting in your own personal horror film. And
Yeah,
today,
yeah.
and today, grab your emergency oxygen and say goodbye to gravity, and basically get ready for some of the most terrifying thought experiment we've ever done.
I agree, actually. So, without further ado, welcome to episode 6 of Unsolved. What if astronauts got lost in space forever?
Ooh.
So, let's just go and get weird with it.
And we're gonna get so weird.
So, before we start throwing our insane space theories, let's establish one thing, right? Getting lost in space is terrifying. I don't care how much of a horror fan you are, it is terrifying. And
Because,
it is without a doubt, one of the worst possible ways to go out.
like, out?
Yeah, just die.
Mm.
Or I don't know, get not be able to come back. I don't know, it's just the worst way.
So, space doesn't even have, like, the decency to kill you quickly. Like, it's like the Hope Diamond, right? It's gotta be so extra about it. You're just floating, like, there with no air, no gravity, no sound. And the worst part is, there's no way to stop yourself from drifting, like, forever.
And that is if you're lucky enough to be alone. Imagine if your entire spacecraft just loses contact with Earth. One minute you're on a mission, the next radio silence. Houston's just sitting there like, oh guys, where'd you go?
Houston.
And you are on the other hand, realize that nobody is coming to get you.
Okay, that's like straight up brutal,
I know, right?
right? But like I'm gonna raise you one step forward, right? Imagine you're doing like a spacewalk, like a moonwalk or something, like all in space and no gravity and stuff like that, and you're just
Uh-huh.
doing a moonwalk, and like completely normal, and you're just fixing some satellite or whatever, and then whoops, your tether snaps. You're like pushed off the ship wrong, and suddenly you're just drifting away, slowly watching your ride like home get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
Oh my god, nope. At that point, you kind of just have to convince yourself that your new life is a human comet, right? I'm part of the solar system now. That's it.
Okay,
That's the
yeah.
end of it.
And let's not even like forget about the rogue space probe like scenario. Like, what if some astronaut just went out there, but their ship got hit like by debris and knocked it off course, and now they're just stuck in an orbit that never brings them back? Like, congratulations, you're now a permanent addition to the Cooper Belt.
They just became a moon, a sad, lonely human moon. But real talk, right? This isn't just sci-fi horror. There are actual cases where astronauts almost got lost in space. Like the one time in 1973 when an astronaut's safety line snapped during spacewalk.
Right, that was like the Bruce Scandalous dude or something. McCandless,
Yeah,
right? But he wasn't even attached to a tether, like at all. He
yeah.
literally floated out of space in a jetpack like an absolute madman. And if that thing failed, like he'd just be gone.
Yeah, I love how NASA just casually allowed a man to yeet himself into the void and kind of hope for the
Yeah.
best. Like, anyway, the point is, there are many ways to get lost in space, and if it happened in real life, we'd never know. Because, well, spoiler alert, space doesn't have Wi Fi, or customer service, or buyback guarantee.
Buyback guarantee. So, if you're lost, right? And that's what the word means.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're lost,
and
so
the
you're
show.
lost. Oh my god, don't even know the show. So now that we've like fully traumatized ourselves thinking about all of this stuff, let's move on to the real question, right? What do you think the real question is? Okay, I'll tell you. It's okay. Um, so what actually happens when you just keep floating forever?
Oh, you are so not ready for this because physics is just about to get weird.
Ooh,
Like it wasn't already.
I love physics.
I know you do. Okay, so let's say that you're the unlucky astronaut who just whoosh got yeeted into the void. What happens next?
Well, congratulations, you're now one of the loneliest objects in existence. Your fate basically depends on how fast you're moving, what direction you're thrown in, and whether or not physics decides to have some kind of mercy on you, I
Which,
guess.
spoiler alert, it will not.
It never will. It's physics, for God's sake. It wants you to fail. Yeah, it's gonna ruin your entire afterlife and whatever life you're going to be living in alone in space. Because let's just say you keep on going and going and going, right? There's no air resistance in space, so nothing slows you down. You just don't stop. You keep moving at like the same velocity forever, unless like a planet or an asteroid or a black hole like decides to claim you.
Oh my god, can you imagine just drifting through, like just drifting for thousands of years? Like a spacesuit keeping you intact and just floating through history like some cosmic ghost. Some alien civilization could find your body one day and be like, huh, weird, what is this?
Um, Talking about like alien civilizations and black holes and stuff like that, scientists recently found that there could be a universe inside a black hole.
How did they?
Yeah,
They keep finding something new anyway.
thanks. I'm just really excited to share that with you.
No, that is good news, but I mean, at this
Is that
point,
good news though?
I don't know if it's good news. I feel like we find so many things every day that I'm like, I don't know what's new.
Great. A whole universe could have been found. And she's like, huh, how boring.
I'm not saying it's boring. I'm saying that I'm just waiting for the huge thing to be discovered.
Yes, a new universe being found in a black hole where matter is not supposed to exist is something interesting.
I agree, that's true. But it doesn't affect my life, does it?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. You only care about something if it affects your life.
No, I'm saying something that's going to be immediate thing to me is something I'll either get excited about or get all
Yeah, like the asteroid's
worried
supposed to hit
about.
in like 10 years.
Yeah, like that's whatever. But still, at least if it's something that I mean, great. I'm all like amazing for
Like science.
civilization, for science, for everything. But yay, moving on.
Oh, okay. So right, moving on with our episode. And also if you're close to the star, right, you're gonna get fried. Like you're in deep space, frozen solid. Space is either like an oven or a freezer,
I would love the freezer.
and there's no in between. No, you're frozen solid, meaning
It's better than having
you have
being in
no.
an oven.
Okay,
It's
but
better
you
than being
have
in
no
an oven.
feeling. You'd be completely numb to even the.
Do I have feelings now?
God, oh my god, you're so trying to be one of the. Oh my god, I have no feelings. I'm not like other girls. I
You're the
have
only one
no
who's trying to
feelings.
be like that.
You,
You. I
you.
didn't even say anything. I just asked, do I have feelings?
No, you're like, do I have
No,
feelings?
no, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Yeah,
You
you
should go
did.
back and listen. You're the only one who's adding all this extra
Nuh-uh.
nonsense.
Nuh-uh.
Right. Moving on. Fun fact, if you float too far from the sun, you're going to hit a region where molecules barely move. So your body might stay perfectly preserved for thousands, maybe millions of years. Hey, people who are trying to freeze yourself, maybe this is a better idea.
But we don't know if we're gonna get you back.
Yeah, who knows? They're going to unfreeze them in all of these years anyway. Do you know there's a company that is like, we're going to freeze your body for you,
I know.
and in about 20 years, we'll wake you up?
Yeah.
What guarantee they're going to wake you up? Who's guaranteed
Yeah,
that
say
they're
you
going to
sign a
wake you up?
contract, Baba.
Yeah, and after you're literally non-existent, you think they care?
20 years.
Yeah, you're frozen. So only you have conscience, or you know, or you're looking at time passing.
Okay, but
What if
20.
no one just wakes you up?
Oh my lord.
You're just
Your
on ice.
family, your family sues them.
Yeah, what if the whole family is gone through
Okay,
this?
then like it's their literal like moral like thing and legal right to wake you up.
Yeah, oh my god, everyone follows the law so much.
If they're a company under the law.
You do not want to complete that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
true.
name 10 companies that do not do that.
Do it. Do it.
No.
Next episode, she's just not gonna be here. Elon Musk. Bye bye.
Feelings? I don't exist. What feelings?
Oh my god.
Okay, moving on.
Um,
What was I even saying?
I've got no idea.
Right, like I was saying, so basically, maybe just use this as an idea. You get preserved.
Right? And oh my god, some alien archaeologist might discover you in like the year million and like pull you into their lab and be like, well, this one didn't make it.
Well, there's another thing, right? What if you fall into a gravity well? Like, what if Jupiter just casually pulls you in? Do you get burnt up in the atmosphere? Do you keep spiraling around it forever?
I mean, Jupiter's a like gas planet. So like, is it solid?
I don't know. I'm just talking about the heat.
Right, but like, wouldn't you just fall through Jupiter?
You would, wouldn't you?
It's a gas planet.
Planet?
Planet.
Planet?
Janet? Jupiter's a Janus? A Janet?
Oh my god, move on.
Okay. Or like, what if you get caught in like I
Sure.
feel.
We'll wait. We'll wait.
I
till you
think
guys talk.
I got caught in a Lorraine spot. Lagrange.
Everyone, please clap. The slowest claps you get. She made a joke. Ha ha ha.
Get away from me. Leave. Okay, so I'm gonna continue. That's my
What else
point.
can you do?
What I said, what if you get caught in like a Lagrange point where like it's basically what all the gravitational force like from multiple planets
Why don't
like,
you be a little more quiet?
like basically balance you out and like it just means you'll be stuck hovering in like the same spot for like eternity.
And that's kind of so much worse than hitting something, right? Just floating in the same spot forever, unable to do anything, just thinking, well, this is my life now. I am a, what was I? Human no. Some comet. Human comet, yeah. That's what I was.
Yeah, that's how I feel when I'm around you. So like kill yourself. Kill yourself so hard like right now just jump off a bridge.
Oh my god.
Oh
Do
my
not
God.
give yourself so much importance. Human comet. Okay,
Get
move
away
on.
from me.
That's
Leave.
all you've said this whole episode. Get away from me. Get away from me. Don't. Just move on.
You're so rude. You're so rude.
I'm not rude. Come on. Oh my god.
I'm so done with her. I'm so done with her.
She means me for the people who cannot understand her talking.
Get away from me.
Yeah, okay, move on.
I can't even speak with you anymore. Like literally every time I try to speak, oh look, she's making this. Oh look, she's making that. Oh look, she's doing this.
Gather your thoughts and move on, darling.
Shut up.
That's how we all live life
Shut
anyway.
up. Shut up. Like, do not even. Do not.
That's all you've been saying. Can you say something else?
Fine. Yeah. So, like, getting back to our goddamn episode. What if your suit like has oxygen left? Like, what's your last move gonna be? And like, do you try to signal someone or something? Like, or do you just like record like your like a really dramatic last message? Oh my god, this is so confusing. And like, you could try to steer yourself somewhere, but would that work? And like, or you could like accept that you're a cryptic. I want someone to just make a compilation of me saying like this entire episode. I'm pretty sure the compilation will be longer than our podcast episode.
I don't see how that's possible, but okay. How was that even possible?
I said something, and it's your job to continue
You
on with
said
the
like. If
episode.
someone's supposed to remove all the likes from your whole
Yeah, yeah.
episode, how
So
can that
what
be
am I
more
doing? I'm
than.
exaggerating. I'm using a hyperbole in speech.
Yes, but you should not. You don't have to keep showing people you're dumb.
Using a hyperbole makes you smarter, not dumber.
No, but saying stuff that makes no sense makes you.
Yes.
Are you a USSR person? You don't make sense anymore. Sorry.
Are you a USSR? Are you part of the USSR? Because I want to disappear with you.
Another slow claps, please. I wish you guys could see her face. Okay, like I was saying.
Okay, so while you're talking, I'm just gonna think of more USSR pickup lines to torture you.
You think it's torture to be heard, to hear bad pickup lines? You hear it on an everyday basis. It's on you.
I was gonna call
Anyway.
you something bad or know if it's podcast friendly.
Nothing you say is podcast friendly. Sorry, moving on. You asked me what would I do? Would I record a last message, right? So I say what
I
I
didn't
would
ask
do.
you shit.
Yeah, well, you did. I say what I would do actually was I would record something like the future civilizations, like say something that's important, like I don't know, maybe like, hey aliens, I'm the last ruler of Earth, like avenge me or something. Can you imagine the whole intergalactic war after that?
Or like, just start repeating just random distress signals, like, so that like 100,000 years, some confused species hears like, Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. It just starts panicking.
Honestly, that's iconic. But hold on, because we haven't even got to the worst possibility yet.
You mean like if reality just stops making sense and like space decides to make it even weirder? We're going there. Oh, sorry, I forgot you can't see me. I just looked directly into the space where the camera would be on a laptop, like breaking the fourth. Yeah, you get it.
Okay, so we've established that floating forever is already horrifying, right? But what if, stay with me, space itself, I can't talk.
And do you see me bullying you for
Space
that?
itself.
No.
I never bullied you at all.
Ah!
What did I do?
I never bullied you at all. Clip this entire episode up till now.
Everyone, I think, should start making a list. Likes, I said, bullies. She just wants more things from you. You don't make your listeners do work. They don't listen anymore then.
They don't listen because they don't want to listen to you.
Sure. Sure. Anyway, like I was saying, what if space itself starts getting weird?
Oh my god, I just have a really good joke. I love how you'll probably hate it and no one's gonna laugh at it because it only makes sense in my day. In my head.
In your day.
So like what
Skip
if
the day. Sorry. Go on.
what if like the woman who like the USSR like disappeared?
We're still stuck there.
It's not a goddamn pickup line, it's just a goddamn thought I have.
I never said to pick up
You
line.
said we're
The
still
fact that you're
there.
still stuck in USSR is all I said.
We're talking about astronauts.
Okay, so move on. I mean, tell me.
So right, they were just so tired of like sexism and stuff. So they're like, hey, can you make me disappear? I'd rather disappear than live in a world like this.
Well, that even today, even today, everyone will want to do that, wouldn't they?
Okay, I'm sorry for
No. I'm taking a point ahead. I'm saying if that's what they did, it's not like today we're in a really better
Yeah, that's true.
place either. I'm not making fun. I'm just adding.
Sorry, anything you say to me seems like so mean.
It's all in your head.
Do you see?
I love you.
Sure, yeah, sure. So like, you said that like space gets weird, yeah?
Yeah.
So is it like time dilation? Like full on cosmic horror, yeah?
We're going all the way in, right? Because space isn't just an empty void. It's got forces, it's got anomalies, it's got things that could literally break the rules of reality. And if you're floating there long enough, one of them will actually decide to make you its problem.
So let's say like you like hover or like drift or whatever, like near a black hole, yeah? So everyone
Mm-hmm.
knows about spaghettification, right? Where your body gets stretched out into like long, like ghost like noodles. But like if you're far off, like out, like far enough out, you might not fall in, right? You just might get stuck in a time dilation.
Which means, from your perspective, time is moving normally. But for everyone else, a million years could have literally passed, right? Before you even blink. And Earth could be gone, civilization could have risen and fallen, and you're just still like, it's been 5 minutes.
And that's horrifying, isn't it? Like you could end up being the only like
Lumen?
why am I stating like parts of like blood vessels? The hell?
Were you trying to say human?
Human, yeah.
Because I was like, lumen? Yeah.
Yeah. Like was the only like
Yeah.
human with a H left in existence, right? And you wouldn't even like know it.
Or
So
what
like
if you
you survived the extinction of your kind.
Yeah, but what if like you float, float into a pocket of warp space, right? Like a region where physics just stops behaving.
Mhm.
Maybe light bends in weird ways, distances don't make sense, and you suddenly find yourself seeing things that shouldn't exist.
You know what I would say to that?
Hmm.
Nope. Um, I mean, space illusions. You're just floating there, and you suddenly see like copies of yourself,
Oh my god.
right? Or even worse, what if you see a version of yourself which is like dead?
Okay, stop. Okay, imagine you're lost in space and you start seeing echoes of past astronauts,
Oh
like
my
blurry
god.
ghost figures just moving around, repeating
Uh,
the last words, except they never existed to
oh
begin with.
god. Oh my god. Like, what if it's not even time loops? Like, what if it's the like universe trying to like replace you? You see another universe like drifting nearby,
My
and
god.
like when you try to call out, they just turn into you. And like, listen, 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 listen. The universe is like testing different versions of you to see like which one survives.
Oh my god, like Mickey 17.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but why would you say that, right? Because, oh my god, what if you keep floating and at some point you start hearing whispers, like you're alone, no ship, no contact, but suddenly something's talking to you?
Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Right? But like, oh my god, like I want to stop thinking about all of this. I want to stop talking about it, but my mind's just going in circles and spiraling because I
Exactly.
just thought of one upping you.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's your own voice?
Oh my
Like,
god.
what if you start hearing yourself answer questions you haven't even asked, and like reality is just completely breaking, and you're stuck in a conversation with your future self, and you
Okay,
can't just
that's it.
escape that
That's it.
conversation?
I'm not being an astronaut. It's out of the window.
I'm pretty sure you're too old to think about it now. And shall we make it even worse?
Can
Yeah.
we?
I mean, what if you just don't get lost in space, but space decides to keep you, right? Like,
Oh my god.
what if you're not just floating, but somewhat, something out there wants you to stay? So, like, it's giving Nerja and the dragon in the poppy ward.
Oh my god. Are we talking about like wait, what is space traps?
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Because I have thoughts. I have
Ooh,
so many thoughts.
you have thoughts. When did that happen?
Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm offended.
Really?
No, I'm not. Okay, so we've established that space is a nightmare.
Is it
But
though?
what if not? What if it's not just about getting lost? What if space actually traps you? Like something out there wants you to stay.
So, like, do you mean like some kind of invisible, like Venus flytrap kind of thing, like a cosmic flytrap,
Oh my god, how amazing!
right? Like, you're just okay. Picture this, okay? Ready? Look out to the distance with me. Oh, you actually did. I'm so proud of you. Okay, yeah. Let's look out into the distance. Look out into the distance. Like, imagine like you're just floating, right?
Mm-hmm.
Along, just minding your own business, and then BAM! Sorry for headphone users. But you're just hit by some invisible barrier and like you're just stuck. Now like the gooey stuff in the Venus flytrap.
Exactly, right? Imagine there are regions in space where physics changes, like a bubble where time moves differently, or a zone where gravity just stops working the way it should. You wouldn't even know that you were inside it. You'd just be like, huh? I feel weird. And then suddenly, nothing works anymore.
Oh my god. Um,
Gods? How many gods are you calling?
I mean, like, it's a Percy
I
Jackson
know,
thing.
I know.
Yeah. So, like, what if you, like, enter, like, a dead zone, right? Like, an area where, like, light doesn't even behave properly, and you send a signal, like, beep, 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 with your little torchlight or whatever, and it just never leaves. And, like, you scream and you go, ah! But there's no sound, and it's just go, right?
But they're supposed to understand your hand movement.
Oh no, see, so that was the blank space was like you screaming, but there's no sound because
Ah, okay.
like it's a dead zone,
Mm-hmm.
and like you try to move, but you're like stuck in one place, like a little statue, and like space is like holding you basically.
And let's make it worse, right? What if it's not just you? What if it's these space traps have been catching things forever? Dead satellites, alien ships, even other lost astronauts. Like you just get stuck and you see a whole graveyard of things that got caught before you, just floating in silence.
See, no, right, like no, like no, but like there's been so many things like space debris and like spaceships and stuff like that have been sent to space and never come back on like Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So like
What if
wouldn't
there's where that's where it is?
right, and it's technically in our asteroid belt, so that there's evidence that it's an asteroid belt. But
Yeah.
like stuff we don't know where it is, like wouldn't it really be like really clustered in the space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because okay, I'm not gonna think about that because no, my mind is going like basically there's no like room anymore, so you have to jump off from one spaceship and like alien ships and like dead bodies of astronauts like to move around.
Mm-hmm. It becomes like a video game.
Yeah, right, because you're just stepping on dead bodies and that's
Mm-hmm.
like not a great
Just
experience to
floating there.
have, right?
Yeah.
And like what if you imagine like drifting into one of these zones and like seeing a ship that vanished like 500 years ago, like completely intact but with no life. Like you go inside, everything's still running, food's fresh, but there's like no suit or like sorry, no suit,
I was just wondering what you even know.
like no crew,
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
right? And they're just like empty suits. Like I mixed it up. So like they just like disappeared.
And then what if space itself is alive? Like, what if
Mhm.
these traps aren't accidents? What if space is watching you, testing you, keeping you here on purpose?
Stop. Would you like? I feel like a mice under like getting like animal tested. Like boys like okay, see that I don't like that. I really don't like that. But like, what if you see like shadows moving in the distance, right? But there's like absolutely like nothing, like nada to like cast them. Like your radio just randomly starts picking up your own voice, but like from a conversation you haven't had. That's creepy.
Right? And what if you're trying to escape and every time you move, the stars just shift slightly, right? They're rearranging themselves around you, and you think you're getting out, but actually you're just getting in deeper.
Or worse, you kind of do escape, but like something follows you, and like when you finally break free, your ship like senses up like the ship sensors pick up like a faint unexplained echo, and there's just something outside your field of vision like drifting along with you, and no matter like how fast you move it just never goes away.
Nope, that's it. That's my villain origin story, right? But wait, we haven't talked about another possibility that's actually quite terrifying.
Like just like space just like randomly one day deciding to like stop
Mm-hmm.
and go bye bye.
Right. So we've talked about we've been talking about astronauts who are lost in space and now we're heading into dangerous territory, right? What if it's an ultimate what if scenario actually? Like what if space just stopped.
I mean, like you're saying the universe just like stops there. You like the entire cosmos just freezes. No more stars, no more planets, just a black hole.
Uh-huh.
Like not even no more black holes. It just stops.
Yeah, just stops. Right? Imagine everything halts: the infinite void, the light speed, motion, the planets, the whole cosmic dance, and suddenly it all grinds to a complete stop. Like space is a spinning wheel that's just flicked out. What happens after that?
Oh man. So the like implications with that would be absolutely mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like what happens to everything in space? But also like what if they just freeze mid-motion? Are we talking about like time freezing as well or just space?
Yeah, because think about it. Like time is kind of tied to space, right? So space stopped, then does that also mean time stops? Because everything that we thought was in motion, like light and gravity, kind of just be stuck, wouldn't it?
I mean, would okay, so time was a concept created by humans, yes?
Mm-hmm.
We agree on that.
Yeah.
Great. Gravity was also a concept created by humans.
But it's not, it existed. It's not like
No.
we invented
Okay,
gravity.
so we did not invent gravity, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But we invented the concept of gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm saying that even if an apple or whatever did not fall on Einstein,
yeah,
gravity was still there.
right. So like the word,
Yeah, of course.
yeah, gravity and like what we associated with gravity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So would that actually stop? Because I feel like humans, because right, we adapt our surroundings to ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we would, if time changes, we would find a way to identify and create a new system of time, or even
But
use the
we're,
old
we're not
system.
talking about just time freezing, right?
Yeah.
It's not like your watch is broken, you put a remote.
Yeah.
The earth has stopped moving.
Oh. Oh, like
Everything is frozen. So
oh, so
what
like
what are you, as a human, you think you can go rotate the earth? You can't. We're
oh,
saying, what if everything just
so like
froze?
the whole universe is frozen in place,
Yeah,
like no planets orbiting,
exactly.
like no sun shining, just like silence and emptiness.
Exactly.
Oh, I thought I oh,
That's what I'm saying. Like literally everything has
so
stopped.
I thought you meant like just like we're still moving around and going around the sun and stuff like
No,
that.
I'm not saying time stopped. I'm saying the whole universe stopped.
Oh,
Right? So universe is just frozen a moment of time. All the stars are just hanging there like some weird giant cosmic picture. But here's the thing. What if we're the ones stuck in that moment too? Because technically if everything is stopped, are we also stuck?
well,
Or is life just moving? Is our life moving on but nothing else is happening?
whoa, no, just like slow down, like just like okay. So if space stop, would we be like stuck in a kind of permanent freeze frame, like as like along with it?
That's the terrifying part, right? Like we might not even notice it. Like it's this eerie moment where you stop a video, but you still see the image even though the motion is gone. So what if we're all living in an instant and we just don't realize it?
I mean, like, what if we've been frozen this entire time, and this moment of existence is all we have left?
Exactly. Like, oh my god. But wait, okay? Hold on. We need to think about what happens if the stop is temporary, right? What happens if space starts up again but in a completely different form?
Oh my god! So like, we get rebooted into an entirely different reality, like one where we don't like everything we know doesn't exist.
Exactly, right? Everything we know could shift into something completely unrecognizable, right? And we're living in a different version of the universe, like some kind of alternate timeline where everything's rewound and kind of starts all over again.
And I don't. That wouldn't be like the scariest thing, even because what if we don't realize that it's happening, right? And what if we're just going through life and we have no clue that the entire universe like reset itself and we're all walking like through like stimulation, simulation,
Simulations.
simulation.
But I can't. My mind is just blown right now. I think it's time to level up the crazy factor.
Okay.
I think it's time to explode the brains, right?
It's already exploding, but okay.
Because what if, like, just what if, space didn't just stop and reset, but instead the whole universe starts glitching, like, really starts to fade in and out?
Okay, man, are you okay? Is there something going on that we need to talk about? Like
The space.
the universe glitching? Like that's it. We're literally talking about like total chaotic meltdown, like worse than our Unreal episodes, where like everything's breaking apart in like fractals of like distorted reality.
Yes, because it's like the laws of physics get scrambled and the universe just turns into this huge one big mess. It's like a cosmic software
Okay,
crash.
can I make it seem like there's something wrong with me now? Right? Let's take that even further because what if like
I cannot wait.
space like stopping, right? Like air quote stopping, like causes like a chain reaction that rips our entire like understanding of time, like time, space, and reality itself,
Oh
basically.
my god. Okay, okay, let's just take a deep breath. Okay? Because I feel like before we start breaking the entire multiverse, let's just keep this crazy theory rolling, right? Just imagine, what if space isn't actually stopping, but it's just paused in some parallel dimension?
So, like, the universe basically hit the pause button on the wrong timeline.
Exactly. So you're stuck in one frame in this alternative dimension,
Yeah.
and the only way to break out is to figure out how to move again.
Okay, see, this is the point in time where I say my brain cannot handle this. This is getting like way too real, right? And we need to stop before we break the entire reality. And definitely to like dive into this more because we've got so many great ideas and so many more of them. Um, but before we go like completely nuts, let's talk about like what happens next, right? What if space just never comes back?
Right, we're going deeper into this whole cosmic chaos right after this. So, guys, get ready because I don't know if we are. Okay, so now let's just throw out this whole rule book, right? Let's throw out physics, let's throw out everything. What
Mhm.
if all of space, the galaxies, the stars, the black holes, everything,
Yeah.
this is something I thought of after you said about being lab rats.
Oh my god.
And I said, what if everything is just a huge, giant experiment?
Oh my god. Stop it. Like the universe is just some crazy scientist idea of a lab project. It's messed up, dude.
Yeah, like what if Earth, the stars, and everything in between are just part of a bigger test? Like, what if we're in the cosmic version of a petri dish? And someone's just watching us from their super advanced space lab, like, let's see how they do when we throw in a few more black
Oh my
holes.
god. What if we're just like like a science project? Like a little teenager alien science project. Or whatever's running the like experiment. Like science fairs? What if aliens have science fair and we're like a little teenagers project? Like, are they just throwing like whoever's running like the experiment, are they just throwing like different variables into space and like, oh here's an apple, how do you react? Like, what if there are like other versions of Earth like out in the multiverse all getting tested like in different conditions and like one universe a black hole in the center and another has like 100 suns and like this is all part of an alien science fair.
Exactly, right? So, what if space is like a giant cosmic simulation where the rules are made up and actually nobody's in charge? And every time an astronaut gets lost, it's like the experimenters just hit a reset button to see what happens when they remove a piece from the puzzle. Maybe that missing astronaut, a glitch in the matrix, disappearing into another experiment.
Okay, this is really giving Mickey 17. But like, what if we've already had an astronaut who's already like figured it out, right? And they're just floating in space, like fully aware that everything around them is just like an experiment, and they're part of some twisted like galactic study.
Well, love that. And what if this astronaut, right, after discovering the truth, starts communicating with the other, let's say, test subjects? I can't think of another word of calling them, and starts sending weird coded messages back to Earth, trying to kind of wake us up. But we're all too busy with our petty problems to realize that everything is just an experiment.
So, right. So, if space is like a giant experiment, maybe it's not even real, right? Like, maybe we're just in someone's lab program inside some alien's computer simulation, like a weird, twisted version of like the Truman Show, where space is like the set and the stars are just lights in the background.
Yes, like the astronauts are just test subjects on the ship's lab equipment, floating around the void, being moved around like pieces on a chessboard by whoever's running the whole show, right? And every time they try to figure out the truth, they just are given another bizarre level of the experiment. Like, no matter how hard they try, they can't escape because they're stuck in the program.
Oh, so they're like in a cosmic hamster wheel, basically.
Right.
Right? And that's the worst kind of a conspiracy because I can't like stop picturing aliens sitting around in lab coats and laughing about the test subjects on the monitor. Oh, being like, oh hey, that guy today, oh his computer system, the entire thing failed. Huh, our computers could never do that.
Exactly, right? Because they're not laughing at us, they're laughing with us because they know that the whole thing is rigged and we'll never figure it out. Like we're just a group of galactic lab rats running around doing their bidding. And we think we're exploring space, but we're just really trapped in the simulation of the universe.
Um, I don't think I want to think about that anymore. And like, what if astronauts who like go out there and those who like get lost are actually the ones who figure out the game, and now they're stuck trying to find a way out of this like game, and now like, oh my god, this is flipping crazy. I'm literally losing my words over this. And basically, what I'm trying to say is like they're now stuck trying to find a way out of this like ultimate science project, and that what if they're like waiting in some like super far off corner of space just waiting for the like next big like breakthrough to send us all like a teeny tiny message and wake us up to the reality that we're like in an experiment.
Now, wouldn't that be so twisted? Like, imagine for someone, you're just waiting for someone to crack the code and realize that we're all just experiments.
See, I can't deal with this. I feel like I just need to go like float in space and ask like if I can talk to the scientists. Like if anyone out there is watching, like can I please be like the test subject? Like just send me like like a signal through like my radio. I'll
Will you
literally do anything.
will you realize it though? That's the question, isn't it? How do you know which is a signal?
And like we don't talk about the like details of it.
Oh my god, that was a whole other level of chaos, huh? We went from lost astronauts to the universe itself going on a complete freak out mode.
And I think my brain's still trying to catch up. Like one minute we're talking about asteroids drifting into infinity, and then we're jumping into the universe where like space might just be paused. Like, what do we even do with that?
And I don't even know how to process half the things we just said. But I'll tell you one thing, right? If there's one thing I'm sure of, it's that we probably should stop relying on space for any stability right now. Because in my head, space itself has no stability.
And exactly, right? And like, who needs space when you can just have like the totally unstable dimensions and reality just like shifting all over the like place?
Exactly. I'm just going to wrap myself in a blanket and pretend that nothing we just talked about is real. And let's just hope the universe doesn't decide to press pause on us anytime soon.
You're talking to universe, and I completely agree with you. I mean, like crazy, right? And we're leaving you with the existential dread for now. So keep looking to the stars. Don't stare too long in case they decide to freeze up because they have stage fright.
And do make sure to come back though, because we just got some more wild scenarios that'll make you question everything you know about existence and the universe and pretty much everything else.
Until then, just remember that the universe is out there somewhere, possibly glitching, maybe paused, and maybe waiting for us to wake up from this weird dream.
Surely glitching.
Keep it weird and keep it unreal.
See you next time.